Hello everybody, welcome back to some more Digimon Survive, and today we are gonna be having some fun in the Mugen Collection. So let's just start by going in there right now. If you didn't notice, we already beat the game and we finished all the truth route and stuff. So how am I here? Well, I played through the game another time and I'm in part 13 again in the truth route. Just so I could have access to all the Digimon, right? Or at least I can have access to Gabumon and Renamon. So that's why I'm here. But yeah, I'm just gonna relax and just do some farming in the Mugen Collection. It's gonna be very easy, I think. One other thing I want to do is I kind of want to level up, like, yeah, Gabumon over here. You know, Digimon that you don't really get a lot of opportunities to do that. So I'm gonna bring him with me, I'll bring Renamon with me, and then I'll bring, probably other people. Let's see, you go over here. I'm probably gonna change the, the animation so I can at least see them, because ever since the first or second playthrough I got rid of animations just because they take so long, right? Especially if you're trying to zoom through something, it's very long, these animations. I'll level up Agumon? Yes. Yeah, I'll level you up. I'm gonna try and see if I can get you to max level, I guess. Getting someone really high level is kind of nice. I don't know how I got all these learning crystals, by the way. I don't know how this happened. If I remember correctly, I didn't have nearly this much, but I do now. Thanks, game. I'll bring Lotmon. Learning crystal. Probably should have done this beforehand, right? It's okay. I mean, it's not like I'm in a rush to do anything. It's just for fun, and I'll also talk about like how my feelings on the game, my feelings on other games, I guess, too, while we're at it, and what I'm gonna play next, which is gonna be in 2 days from when this video gets posted. So this is posting on the 15th, I think. Maybe 16th, 17th. I don't know. Where is it? Did I pass it? No, I didn't. There we go. But regardless, after this, I will be playing the new Pokemon game that comes out. It's a Gen 9. I have been talking about it a little bit when I was playing Pokemon Legends Arceus. Okay, here we go. And also, we're gonna change the difficulty if I didn't accidentally skip the menu. It's gonna be very easy. We're just hanging out. I want to see what all these enemies are, because I haven't seen every single enemy in the game either. It's already on very easy. Nice. Alright, that's my default setting now. It's just easier. Okay, oh wow, we're all there on the bottom. It's fine, I don't mind waiting. I love this lion dude, though. I don't know what his evolution line is. Never seen it. Also, I don't even know what round of Mugen Collection we're on right now. But first, let me just do this. This system 2, no skill animation. We'll do this. That's it. Alright, the skill animation is the only thing I care about. I like seeing cool skills. And also, we have this bad boy here, Fangalongmon, which is super strong. I mean, I'm gonna go auto full power here, and it's gonna probably make Omegamon. Yeah, it's gonna make Omegamon. Like, it's not making Fangalongmon when Omegamon's a thing. So it's kind of nice. Oh wow, the animations actually does make this look a lot cooler. It's been so long. I haven't seen almost any of these animations actually with, well, animations. It does look really cool. Huh. I guess I should have cared about this more. Actually, it's probably gonna get boring when we see this for like 100 times. The 100th time or something. I have a bunch of Stingmon, and I have, oh god, what's your name? The turtle. What is it? I'm gonna find out, I guess. Oh, no, wait, no, you're not the turtle. Azulongmon. It is... It's not Syakomon? This is Syakomon, though, right? Who becomes the turtle? Oh, Floramon. Yeah, that makes sense. There's some things I like that. There's a lot of things I liked about this game. There's some things I didn't like so much. It feels kind of bad for me to talk bad about a game I like, though. I think that's about. I think. Yeah, it's not like I'm trying to review the game or anything. I have to say there's one thing I didn't like. It was. I gotta think about it. What was it? I know there's one thing in particular I'm not a huge fan of. And it's. Something. It's something. It'll come to me at some point in time. I remembered and then I forgot. But in general, I thought the game was great. I could say that I didn't like that the branching paths wasn't really a thing. Like, not every decision was important, but at the same time, I kind of liked that. At first, I wasn't a huge fan of the fact that not all my options was important. But on that at the same time, I'm kind of happy about that, so I can just relax most of the time, right? Like, I just had to know specifically at what point in time I had to care, and it just led to a more comfortable overall gaming experience for me. Because I just want to relax. I don't want to think too hard about a game. That's not what I play games for most of the time. I just want to have fun, see something cool, have a good like emotional experience sometimes, you know. It's not what I played Digimon Surivive for at first, but you know, it became kind of emotional at the end there. Right? Like, it's a very enjoyable game. And also, I feel like it's a very... This sounds very weird, and it probably makes no sense, but this feels like a Digimon game. Which obviously it is, right? But it feels like the most Digimon-esque game I've played, and I've played a decent amount of Digimon games. I wouldn't say I played all of them, but I mean, I've played like, I haven't played Cyber Sleuth, but I played like Digimon World, Digimon Rumble, the Dusk and Dawn, whatever the heck it's called, the DS ones. I played the mobile games, and they all have very similar styles, in which the big thing about the Digimon games, usually, if you've played a lot of them, is that you collect a lot of Digimon, right? And there's a lot of evolving and devolving involved most of the time, right? It's very common. So it becomes a grind. This game doesn't really feel like a grind, which I highly appreciate. I really appreciate you don't feel like it's a grind in this game. Because, if you don't know, one of my favorite games, if not my favorite game of this year that I played, was Dragon Quest XI. That game, I didn't feel like I was grinding that game, ever, even though I did. Because it's just fun. And that's kind of how I feel about this game. Like, this is a grind, but I'm not doing anything. Like, auto mode in games are just very convenient, and it gets rid of a lot of that annoying grinding that some of JRPGs have. Or any RPGs in general, I guess, that has grinding. This game is a visual novel, though, first and foremost, so it doesn't really matter, but you still have this. This is still a thing. There's still levels, right? So it's not non-existent. It's just not a main priority. It still exists, though. This whole fighting system. I mean, it's the first reason why I cared about the game, though. Because you would see this and you thought, oh man, this is so cool. Right? If you saw like the first trailers for it. The visual novel, I didn't care about Takuma or any of these characters. The first time I seen them, why should I care about them? I cared about this. This is what I like. This is the reason why I played the game. And even though it's easy, I still like it in that it doesn't feel grindy. Oh wow, that sounded... Oh god, that sounded so bad. Gatomon dying. Oh my gosh. So, I like that it's not grindy. It feels like I can just play the game, which is not always the case in some games, I guess. Like Ni no Kuni, I felt like I was having a bad time with that game sometimes. Like, I'm trying to think, what game had a grind? Octopath Traveler. Some people might not like this opinion, but Octopath Traveler was just too grindy. Even with the stories, going from one story to other, it was still very grindy of a game. And its systems, at first, that sounded really cool. Like the break and whatever it's called. Break and boost, I think, whatever. Didn't help in the slightest in making the game more enjoyable. Which is kind of sad because I kind of wish it did. I would have loved to have. That's why I'm not playing Octopath Traveler 2. Because the grind for Octopath Traveler 1 really burnt me out. And also, Octopath Traveler was a game I consider to be very enjoyable as a game to just play for like 30 minutes before you go to sleep. It was so nice. It's such a cozy game, but then the grind prevents it from being a cozy game. So it's kind of counterintuitive sometimes. It's a game you can just pick up and play a little bit until it decides you can't just pick up and play it for a little bit. If you want to continue that playing that style for a long time, which I think was just unfortunate. But hey, what can you do, right? Not every game is as relaxing as Digimon Surivive, which I kind of think is a pretty relaxing game. Who was the last one? You. Yeah, eventually I'll try to remember what was the things I don't like about this game. I'll try to remember it. Right, like an actual problem. I mean, I guess key items aren't really that important, but at the same time, I don't care. It's just nice looking things. Right, I'm pretty sure it's just like Easter eggs. It's fine. I think it's cool for people that care about collecting all the key items. Like what else? The branching. Oh, okay, I remember now. This is important. This is a big one. There is actually one thing I didn't like about the game. I got confused. Okay. And that one thing is, I wish there was a cinematic for the truth ending. Right? That sounds weird that the game doesn't have one. There's no whatchamacallit, there's no like special interaction after you beat the game after the truth ending. And I think that's kind of blasphemy, right? Unless I didn't see things correctly. After I record this video, I'm gonna check to see if I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. And if I am wrong, I'm gonna try and see if I can get it. But you'll probably find out if there's a video that comes out like a day after this video comes out. Right? Or 2 days after this video comes out. If one doesn't, it means that's it. I mean, you can probably just Google it yourself. See if it's true or not. But I feel like it's so weird. Because if you watched the video before this one, the truth ending, the ending doesn't really... It's got a interaction with some kids that has Demi Vmon, which is really cool. Which makes me think that there is a possibility that there's going to be a sequel to the game, because that's what that looks like to me. Which I would be completely down for, by the way. Because in general, I think this is an awesome game. But at the same time, I kind of wanted to see the main characters. I kind of wanted to see them interact more. I love the characters. I didn't care about those kids. They're new to me. I care about Takuma and, you know, and everyone else in this gang, in the group. I wanted to see more of them, but you just got a picture at the end, which made me kind of sad. I was kind of sad. The picture helped out a little bit, but it didn't. I felt like they were done dirty a little bit with the truth ending. And it's the truth ending. It's the true ending, right? So I kind of wish I got to see a little bit more. So I don't know why we didn't get to see that much of the main characters after you beat the true ending of the game. I feel like it's something it's like almost required to have an interaction with them, right? So kind of sad. That's the one thing I didn't like about the game. That was my one nitpick I was trying to remember earlier. It was that. Alright. On part 17, also this is super long, these fights, by the way. I've done like 14, 15, 16. I don't know how I don't remember doing 3 fights, but I guess I did. That's cool, I guess. But apparently you get something at 20, and maybe you get something at 30, and then that's it, and then it resets at 1. I'll see if you know what, this is what I'll do. I'll go to 30, and then that'll be it, I guess. I'll go to 30, and then I'll just stop. Or I'll go to 30, I'll beat 30, and then I'll just end it there. Just because that's, well, the final thing. I'll look at the reward. I'll see if it's cool or not. Kunamon. And you got Agumon. There you go. Also, I didn't pick Agumon so I can make Omegamon, by the way. I just picked Agumon because he's the highest level. And I want to get him to max. If possible, I guess. I mean, he's the main character. And you got a lot of the options. And you got like the most latest joined characters too, funnily enough. Gabumon, Renamon, Syakomon, Lopmon, and Kunamon. I count them as late joins because you don't get to play them actually into the truth ending. So, and Syakomon you do only get into like what, part 5, or well part 4, but at the very ending of part 4, you get her super late. So I count that as late joining. I mean Gabumon, jeez, you get him what, part 12 in the truth route? God dang, and then part 11 on like moral, and that's it. Oh my mother of lore, that's kind of late. Like, things I like about this game though. I like that it's easy. It's a very easy game. So I can just care about the story. Right? Which I highly appreciate actually. I played this game because I wanted the strategy aspect. And then I stayed for the story part. Which is funny. And I appreciate that. So I don't have a problem that the strategy part is easy. It's not a big deal for me. Of course, I'm also playing on very easy, so... But it doesn't feel like the game is... I don't know. I'm just not feeling like the depth that like a Fire Emblem game typically has. Or like another old game that I loved playing was Yggdra's Union. Right? That's a game that you could easily feel from the get-go that this game is very complex. I don't feel that from this game, and that's okay. So that's why I don't really care about the strategy involved in this. And these fights are super long though, by the way. Also, I'm curious, because after this, I'll be playing Pokemon Violet. The purple one. Violet. Because I love machines more than... I mean, it's unanimous on which one's considered the most popular. I'm also playing the most popular one. But at the same time, who doesn't love machines? It's kind of cool, right? Because one is machine-based, one is prehistoric-based. Or one is past-based, one is future-based. Future-based is kind of cool. I mean, yeah, that's awesome. I mean, who isn't a mecha fan, right? That people are a fan of dinosaurs, but depends on the dinosaur, I think. And also, I don't think a lot of the Pokemon in the new Pokemon game, the old one, the one that's past-based, are gonna be dinosaur-looking. I don't think. It's a very acquired taste, I think. But mechas, I mean, mechas in general are very cool, I think. That's just my opinion, though. What is this? Number 18. Let's keep on moving. Also, all the affinity I have for my characters, they're in the 60s. I'm kind of happy about that as well because I didn't do any resetting. I was just breezing through the game. Right? I just went through auto mode the whole time. And I'm happy I got them to a really high affinity rate without doing any resets. So I'm going to count that as a good job in my book. Most of them aren't at 70 though, but they're in the all of them are in the 60s. So I thought I did a good job. I actually remembered a lot about my characters, even though I just beat the game recently. So it makes sense how I remember everything. But still, I feel pretty proud about remembering a lot of stuff. Okay. Come on, everybody. Mega Seadramon, Metal Seadramon, Mermaimon. This is a very fish-based map. How fish-based is this? It's all fish-based. Got it. I mean, I could just bring a variety of Digimon, I guess, to counter this entire group. I'm not doing that. I don't care that much. I think it's cool that this could probably be a difficult game mode, which I don't think is, especially on very easy. I think it's cool that it's optional, especially after you beat the game, which makes sense. So I appreciate it, is what I'm trying to say. I appreciate that this Mugen Collection is a thing that exists. That's all. Alright, got one down. We have 6 enemies? This is a 6-on-6, I'm guessing. That's my guess. Seeing like I'm just curious what other Digimon games we might get in the future, because they are not that common, are they? Because before this we had Cyber Sleuth, we have Digimon World. I think that's what it's called, that comes out next year. It's just the I think it's just the Japanese version getting finally translated, I think, or it's the PC version going to the Switch, maybe. I think it's Digimon World Next Order. I think that's the name of it. I could be wrong. I also haven't played that game, and I heard it's a successor to the original Digimon World in the way it plays, and I have played that, and it's fine. I wouldn't call it my favorite, but it doesn't matter. So I'm just curious if it's a game I would play. It might not be. I have other games on my plate, by the way, outside of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, which I'll probably be playing for the rest of the year, because every time a new gen comes out... Actually, no, this is a lie. I was about to say, every time a new gen comes out, I have to play it, because I love it. That's not true. I don't play every single gen right off the bat. I don't. I just play the one that I really feel like I could enjoy. So I don't play every single Pokemon game. I don't. I didn't play Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun and Moon. I skipped the entire gen because of life and stuff. But I also skipped what some people consider to be the best one, which looks very fun, which is Black and White 2. I didn't play that one. It looks like a fun game, but at the same time, Black and White, the story felt so boring. Like, the main story, I was just not having a fun time. I think it was just... It was the first game, I believe. I could be wrong here. But is Black and White the first game that has shared EXP? Or you get an EXP share that works for everyone early on in the game? That might be the case, right? And it's just a key item that you switch on and off. Is that the first one? Because I have played Black and White. I mean, it could have... I mean, it could be the case. And it just made the game very stale and boring. It's the most forgettable Pokemon game I've ever played. It really is. Which is unfortunate. So it really made me not want to play the second one. Like, if the first one's boring, I mean, you had the end storyline and all that, but that's just the ending. Like, the rest of the story needs to also be good. You can't just have one part be good in a game. You need the whole thing to at least be good, or let you remember it. I don't remember anything from Black and White outside of the ending portion. Before that, I have no idea. So because of that, it's a very forgettable game to me, and it makes me not want to play more of it. And that's the reason why I didn't want to get the sequel, because first one's boring, second one probably also boring, and it's a sequel, which I thought was so weird, because that doesn't help. Also, it doesn't help that they sell 2 more games instead of just 1, which did make the game, I think, better though, because it added a lot of cool stuff and it was actually different. But I think they tried to mix up the formula at a very awkward time. For example, if they did that for, let's say, like any other game, they probably would have done a good job before it. Because I think... No. I was about to say, I think Black and White was the first game that people didn't like right from the start. Right, people didn't like Black and White. People don't even talk about it. It doesn't even exist at this point. It's just a forgettable game outside of N. That's it. It's just him. Right, and he's not a champion. He's just a character in the storyline. Which is every character in the game, really. Let's be honest. So, I was about to say Black and White's like the first forgettable one, or one that people didn't like. But Diamond and Pearl was that way too, right? People didn't like how slow Diamond and Pearl was. That game is a snooze fest, by the way. Jeez, Diamond and Pearl, oh my lord. Oh gosh. But at the same time, it's the first game for the DS, so people cared about that a little bit less because it was the first one. So even though there was a problems with Diamond and Pearl, people accepted it. It's the first DS game, right? Anytime it's the first or something, people will give it a little bit extra leeway. Like Sword and Shield, people hated that. I don't think people hated the game that much after it released because it was the first game on the Switch and they got to play a Pokemon game on the Switch. Or the first mainline Pokemon game on the Switch. Same thing for Pokemon Let's Go. I think people like that game, right? I mean, I didn't really play that game either. I skipped that game, by the way. It says I played it on one of my Diamond and Pearl playthroughs. I didn't. I just have the game. And I turned it on. I think I made a name and that's it. I never actually played Pokemon Let's Go. I got a 2-minute long save file though, if that counts. And this Rosemon's not moving. I don't know what's her deal, but she needs to chill out. Oh my gosh, she's getting obliterated. I thought she was gonna be a boss of some kind. Just standing there menacingly. Oh, that's very interesting way to... But yeah, I didn't play every single Pokemon game. And that's okay. It makes it so when I do see Pokemon from those generations that I didn't play, specifically Sun and Moon, they're a lot cooler to me because they feel more new. So I don't just have the new generation of Pokemon to care about. I have the old ones too now. Because I'm not familiar with every single Pokemon that's released. Also, I didn't play the expansion pack for Sword and Shield because, I mean, it took a long time to release that expansion pack, didn't it? Or the DLC, I guess, is what you want to call it. The DLC for Pokemon Sword and Shield, I did not play. Because it released so much later, I think I was playing other games already. Or I just didn't feel like playing it again because it's such a big gap and I don't even know how the game worked. Like, I felt like it'd be weird if I just started stomping through that playthrough with just level 100 Pokemon, because it's the first DLC in a Pokemon game, isn't it? The ones for Sword and Shield. Alright, let us see. Let me just put this up and then I'll start talking about random BS again. Who did I pick? I pick Sakomon, Lockmon, Kunamon, and Agumon. There we go. We got Team Bugs. There's something green on the floor there. What is that? Is that a Digimon? It must be. Oh, it's Beetle. Oh, it's Jewel Beetle. Okay, it's Jewel Beemon. Okay. I was like, what is that shiny green thing? Looks like a Christmas tree. It's kind of Christmas tree-esque. I mean, he's very bright green and red. I don't hate it. He's not gonna... Oh, he could survive this. Because he's not getting targeted. He's not surviving this. What am I saying? After this, I might just call it, though. I didn't want this to be that long of a video. I just wanted to relax, play some Mugen Collection. Right? Talk about Pokemon and Digimon. I put them in the same vein, not because they're both monster games, but because they're both shows that I started watching as a kid at around the same time. They released like within a year of each other, I'm pretty sure. I did watch Digimon first, though. So out of the two, I was a Digimon fan before a Pokemon fan. Because Digimon, I think I watched before Pokemon. But I watched both of them, so it doesn't matter. Because I loved both of them as a kid, so I love both. I mean, I also, at the same time, it's around the same time Yu-Gi-Oh came out, so I like that as well. Right, it's just shows that was on television when you're a child. You probably like all of them almost. Right, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I was a fan of the animated series that released at the time. I wouldn't say I'm the biggest fan of the series, but I love that one in particular. Right, and I think like all the other like kids card shows like Bakugan, like, and you remember Master Duel? Yeah, that's a card game. I think I still have some. I wanted those cards. Man, there's a lot of other shows out that was out during that time. And I'm not saying I'm the biggest fan of all of them, right? That I still keep tabs on all of them. I just think that they're cool. And I remember them still. Okay, what's this OP item that I'm supposed to be getting now? It is Nature's Bounty Crystal? Nature's Bounty Crystal. Is that brand new? I don't think so, right? This is probably going to be the end, though. I'm just going to check out this stuff. And that's probably going to be the last Digimon Survive video. Until I just want to relax again. Probably should have looked at that item information, didn't I? Oops. Let's check it out. I'm curious. It is items. No, enhancements. It's in here somewhere. Because we have this one, which is Divine Protection Crystal. Status, abnormality, resistance, damage reductions. And then this one is HP and SP regeneration. All resistances, the warm light of the crystal fills one's heart full to bursting. And this is apparently OP, probably because it restores a lot. These are pretty cool though. Yeah, Beloved Crystal. HP recovery every turn. I mean, Recovery Crystal D? A Beloved Crystal D. Interesting. It's the same text too. Well, regardless, that's probably gonna do it for this video because I just wanted to relax. I haven't even finished the library, by the way. Like, there's some, there's this one empty one, which is probably just a random mega I'll find later in Mugen Collection. But that's fine. I just wanted to have some fun in the game, just one last time. And so that's gonna do it for my Digimon Survive playthroughs. Or, yeah. The next game is going to be, of course, Pokemon Violet Scarlet in like a couple days. Or if you watch this later, it'll be up now. But until next time, I'll see you all later. Bye.